Delight goes 2 for 2, and he is pretty good. Largo Delight a little over a length to Cross Current. Third placing goes to Great as Great, and a break behind them to Royal Fire, Cahuita and Weinstock last in. That might quiet a few doubters. Largo Delight now 2 for 2, stepping up from a midweek to win listed company on a Saturday. And he's won that in very, very good style. Second, Cross Current. Danny Nikolic, he's run 59.6 on a slow track. Third placing to Great as Great. On a track where they don't usually run fast. He's on a rain-affected track. Run his last 846, 635.2. The last 424 even. The last 212.4. And he seemingly has done that on his ear. A son of Costa de Largo from Sweet Delight, trained by Jim Marconi, ridden by Stephen.
Welcome back. It's time now to head to Ian Craig for race 5 at Rosehill Gardens.
Right. Yes, this is a very interesting race. I love these grey races for predominantly grey coloured horses, as it states in the book. I'll soon be off. There they go. And Prince Shep from a wide alley got the best of the start. Commencing well, Dial Tones. Dan Joe's Express jumped nicely. So did King of Soul. Timidity improving, followed closely by Adina, then Sports Brat. Dynamic Flyer, Misty Stanza and Silver Duke. Down past the 850 they travel. And Prince Shep can't get to the fence. Timidity's racing it on the inside. Too clear of Dial Tones. King of Soul on the inside of the favourite. A couple Adina, Dan Joe's Express and then Sports Brat, who's up against the rails. Then Silver Duke, Dynamic Flyer, and the old grey gelding from Grafton is last of all. Misty Stanza with 500 to go. And here Prince Shep leads narrowly from Timidity. 2.5 King of Soul, a half to Dial Tones, a length into Sports Brat easing off the rails, and then comes Adina as they straighten by the 400, and Prince Shep and Timidity. Prince Shep a neck clear. In third position, Dial Tones. Sports Brat coming into it now, and in fact Sports Brat and Dial Tones swept past Prince Shep and Timidity, followed by Silver Duke, but Sports Brat's drawn away from Dial Tones, clear of Silver Duke and Prince Shep, and Beatman aboard today, and Sports Brat's racing on with the job, and Sports Brat wins it comfortably from Dial Tones and Silver Duke. And then came King of Soul, Adina, followed by Prince Shep, Dynamic Flyer, Dan Joe's Express, Timidity, and last of all was Misty Stanza. Number 2's got the prize here, Sports Brat. 460 and 180. Dial Tones, Silver Duke will run the minors there. As I was saying before the race, it was interesting that Darren Beatman was elected to take the ride today because young lads had ridden the horse in previous starts, and without casting any aspersion on them, I think the old bloke might have been getting a bit cunning, and Beatman stood over him today. And he's been able to race on and win it well. 2, 7, 4 and 9. Sports Brat by Sportsworks, trained by Gary Portelli. Gaz won a race with Regrade at Newcastle this afternoon. Ridden by Darren Beatman here, number 7 second, and that's Dial Tones by Rubiton. Jack Denham, Corey Brown, 4 third. Silver Duke by Skillful Star. Peter Losh for Albert Stapleford, and 9 ran 4th, and that was King of Soul, Chris Muntz for Tony Wildman. Time is 109.43. They didn't loaf there. 34.55 the sectional, and that'll stand as a class record until broken. And now the toe divvies. Number 2, Sports Brat, 460 and 180. Number 7, second, Dial Tones, 140, and number 4, third, Silver Duke, $2. Quinella, $6.30. Exacta, $14. Trifecta, $75.50. 2749 constituted the first 4, $995.90. Spinner on the mixed, $2 neat, and we'll have the margins coming up in just a moment. Next event of the day is the highlights, the Premier Stakes. Last year, the race was taken out by Century Kid beating Ancient Song and Shogun Lodge. Now, to wrap up the previous 1.5 lengths by 1 3/4 lengths for the margins, wait to follow on the Grey Stars.
Yeah, very exciting race coming up next at Rosehill Gardens with the likes of Accelerator, Thorn Park, Our Egyptian Rain. For number 1, Zvezda, the Kiwi Hope. It's now into $8.70. A break now on Sky Racing. Back shortly with race 5 in Melbourne.
Racing at the 1200 metres, Mr. Prudent slow to move, and also it's Ryzek out the back with Taskwin, and Sea Rover pinged away brilliantly and led in the early stages. Windemall goes to second, and third on the outside Tycoon Ruler. They're pressuring the leader early. They get away about 3 lengths to Zvezda Datari. Bunreaber on the outside, 1.5 to Rupert Arwell, and then came the stayers. 3 lengths away in the field came it's Ryzek, being followed by Taskwin, and Mr. Prudent 6 lengths last of all. Sea Rover strings the field out, led Windemall, a length and a half away in third. Zvezda getting a nice trail on the inside, followed by Tycoon Ruler, and Bunreaber's coming wider. A length and a half further back to Tari, and a break to Arwell, and Rupert under the whip on the inside. Sea Rover had it to Windemall. Bunreaber a length away third. Zvezda right behind them. Here's Datari sweeping around the outside, and then Tycoon Ruler and a break to Arwell and Rupert. Sea Rover joined by Windemall. Bunreaber 3 wide, and Datari comes around them strongly. The grey hits the front around the turn. Then came Zvezda, but it's Datari in front. Bunreaber trying to come back on the inside of him. Datari a neck to Bunreaber, who's rallying quite well. Datari had the lead to Bunreaber. Datari still in front of Bunreaber, and the grey will be too good. It's Datari beating Bunreaber by 3/4 of a length. Zvezda 2 lengths back third. A break Windemall. Look at Mr. Prudent passing horses in the straight. Then came Rupert, Sea Rover, Tycoon Ruler. Back behind him to finish in the race then was Taskwin, Arwell, and it's Ryzek. Datari, James Winks takes it out for Rhonda Mangan. Tracked into the race from about 6th placing. He came around the field, which has been the pattern, and he's held off Bunreaber, who's raced well, but he just couldn't peg back Datari. He tried to rally, but he rolled back to the inside over the closing stages. Datari held a true line, and the 8-year-old has posted his second win at Moonee Valley at his 11th outing. Ridden by James Winks. 9 Datari first, 5 Bunreaber second, Rowan Weymouth, and third goes to number 1 Zvezda, ridden by Bryce Diekman. 9, 5 and 1. Fourth in 7 Windemall, and fifth was number 12 Rupert, and that time 1:14.1. 1:14.1.
On type in 2001, Mr. Innocent 2099, Glenn Collis latterly, and prior to that Mick Dittman on Mr. Innocent. Not many 3-year-olds seemingly have run in this, and it's been quite a gap since the last 3-year-old took it out. Now Athelnoth went out without a nose roll. What's happening, Ray?
The trainer didn't bring it. We can't find one, so we'll have to go with that.
Without a nose roll. Okay, thank you. So Athelnoth normally runs in a nose roll. The trainer forgot to bring it, and they couldn't locate one on track, so Athelnoth is racing without the nose roll. $47 on Tab Limited, Athelnoth. Here's Accelerator moving in for Jimmy Cassidy, and that'll pave the way for Thorn Park, for Pompeii, and for Shags. This is a Group 2, the Bankstown Sports Club Premier Stakes. $140,000 overall and $91,000 plus trophies to the winning connections. Now Shags is the last, or will be the last to move in. Thorn Park comes forward. 2:51.30 in New South Wales. Thorn Park. Shags goes up now. Shags is in, and we're set for action. 1200. Racing this time, and Shags jumped with gusto, leads narrowly on Our Egyptian Rain. Athelnoth and Pompeii hopped out well. Accelerator improving his position, threading his way through the field, followed by the stablemates Hammerbeam inside the yellow. 2.5 to 3 Thorn Park. Adeling Pateza down past the 750, and Our Egyptian Rain to the lead now. 1/2 to 3/4 of a length on Shags. A length and a half away in the third position is Athelnoth, followed closely by Accelerator as they work their way down the side of the track, and then Pompeii followed by Niello, Hammerbeam, Thorn Park at a length and a half to Pateza. This is the order coming to the corner, and Our Egyptian Rain a length and a half on Shags. Third is Athelnoth on the inside. A length further back is Accelerator, followed by Niello, and then Pompeii, and Thorn Park on the extreme outside is being let down by Boss, and he's starting to come home quickly. The mare Our Egyptian Rain at the 150, but Thorn Park, by golly, what a turn of speed he's got, and Pateza on the outside, but Thorn Park a length and a half. Pateza followed by Accelerator. Thorn Park in front. Pateza coming late. Too late. Thorn Park wins the Premier from Pateza. Third Accelerator. Fourth was Niello. Then Our Egyptian Rain, Shags, Hammerbeam, followed by Pompeii, and last was Athelnoth. Thorn Park Thorn Park by Spinning World. Glen Boss for Bobby Thompson and owners Ms. B, V. Samba and Ms. N. Bozovic. G. Pateza. He came through his stiffest test with flying colours, didn't he? Isn't he a good horse? He's got very, very close to Thorn Park, only about a head or so from the favourite on the line. Terrific second by this gelding by Rubiton, trained by Guy Walter and well ridden by Matthew Kent. Gave him plenty of time to settle, made his run at the right time, and he's just dipped out as the official placings read 2, 5, 1 and 9. Thorn Park first, Glen Boss. 5 is second, Pateza, Matt Kent. Third goes to 1, Accelerator by Mars K. Jim Cassidy for Gay Waterhouse, and 9 ran fourth in the yellow. Wasn't that a great return? The octagonal Colt, John Hawkes, Corey Brown. Now the time is 1:09:02. That's outside the race record of 1:08:97. 34:56 sectionally. Now let's check these totes, which is the most important thing in this caper. Number 2, 250 and 130. Number 5, 270. Number 1, 170. The Quinella has returned $16.90. Exacta $17. The trifecta $96.50. The first 4, 2519, $250.60. The daily double specialty won't be needed. The spinner on the mixed has paid $1.40, and the margins are long head by a length. So a great return by Thorn Park, terrific effort by Pateza, every chance Accelerator, and a lovely return by the youngster Niello. Gee, we've got a lot to look forward to this spring, haven't we, folks? Here and in Melbourne, and that's the latest on the Bankstown Sports Club Premier Stakes.
Thorn Park keeping everybody happy today. Glen Boss with Pateza sneaking up on him. He was having a look a couple of times down the straight to see where Jimmy was on Accelerator, and in the meantime Pateza comes whistling home and nearly pinches the race. What a nice horse in the making he is. He's done so well this winter, and he'll now head to the Spelling paddock. We'll hear more about the race shortly. Now, Eagle Farm Race 6, they're heading to the barriers. And Star of Sequalo is the $2.40 favourite. Nothing Splitting Yell and Dantana, both horses sharing favouritism at $2.80. Yell not in the parade ring yet, so we'll have a look at number 2, Super Elegant. Firstly, Al.
Gouch on board will complete the lineup. Main race of the day about to get underway. Field of 7, Yell, the outside runner, they're all in. Racing, he jumped reasonably, Yell on the outside, Dantana, River Dove away fast, and Titanic Jack's out the back as they settle into stride. Dantana had the lead settling down from Super Elegant on the inside, and Ruby Slipper the outer going forward. River Dove pulling up way up to the 4th placing. The Big Chill just behind them. Yell ease back to second last, and Titanic Jack a half length away on the inside. Dantana through the gap led Ruby Slipper. River Dove 4 wide. Super Elegant retaining the rail. A length and a half further back as Yell going up on the outside of the Big Chill, and Titanic Jack 5 from the leader. At the turn now, River Dove getting level with Dantana, Ruby Slipper. Yell coming around them, and Super Elegant tracking through on the rails. And Titanic Jack winds up as they come to the corner. They stretch across the track. Super Elegant rails through to join Dantana, River Dove. Yell the widest runner. The Big Chill putting in a run down near the inside. Yell out wide with 100 to go, getting up to Dantana and the Big Chill. Yell and the Big Chill are coming to the line, and Yell has won it. Yell first, just beats the Big Chill. Photo for third between Dantana and Super Elegant from Titanic Jack, and then River Dove, and last to go over the line is Ruby Slipper. The Triple Group 1 sprinter is back with a first up victory, coming around the outside, really wanting to find the line. Gouchy just throwing the reins at him, hands and heels in the last little bit. And he's won it in terrific style. Number 1, Yell, Darren Gouchy. The top 3-year-old sprinter from last year. Opens his 4-year-old campaign, and he's only going to get better. Second goes to number 6, the Big Chill, Nash Rawilla. Third is number 4, Dantana, ridden by Noel Kello. Numbers are 1, 6 and 4. 1, 6 and 4. Fourth going to Super Elegant, number 2. Railed through to join the leaders, but he got swallowed up in the straight. And fifth was number 3, Titanic Jack. And he's run 59.6 seconds. That's an identical time to Largo Delight, the younger horse winning earlier today. 1, 6 and 4 in 59.6. He's home in 35.4, 24.1 and 12.2 seconds. So the triple Group 1 winner has come back. He's won at the shorter trip for the first time. And he's a lot better when he gets out to the 1200. And beyond that, he's certainly going to have a terrific spring. There's no doubt about that. $2.70 and $1.60, $3.90, no dividend for third. $17.90 for the Quinella, $32 the exacta, $70.40 for the trifecta, and the double, $31.60. Yell, way too good there. Now 17 starts, 8 wins, 7 minor placings.
For Studebaker and Domingos on track, they're equal favourites there. And on the tote, and with the New South Wales tote, number 9 is just the favourite here, $3.50 about Studebaker, $3.60 for number 4 Domingos. And in the ring, it's Even Stevens. And they're the only two the bigger punters want to be on. Just a sprinkle of money around to say that Scottish Pride and Stormcat Academy may do something. Domingos, Huey Bowman, Corey Road, Domingos. Last start, they're off. A beautiful line. The net will run to the lead narrowly from Miss Goldie Horn, but Nordic Flight is going to head them off. And Domingos is not all that far away as they settle down. After almost 200 metres now, it's Nordic Flight getting clear. About 2 lengths or so. Second posse is Lock Aim. Third, the net on the inside. Then Miss Goldie Horn, Domingos. Scottish Pride, then Studebaker, Stormcat Academy. Special orders the players. And Beaver Can't Stay in Touch. Onto the side at the 800. Nordic Flight not getting a big break, and she's out by 2 lengths on Lock Aim. The net, third Domingos, fourth. The inside next, Miss Goldie Horn. About 2 lengths to Stormcat Academy around Scottish Pride. 1 Studebaker. Third last on the outside, special orders from the player, and 6 or 7 lengths to Beaver. Working the way to the corner, and Nordic Flight increasing a lead to 3. The net, a half to Lock Aim. A length Domingos, and then comes Miss Goldie Horn, followed by Scottish Pride, and then Studebaker and Stormcat Academy. Nordic Flight, 300 to go. A couple of lengths clear the net. Domingos is starting to put in his claim. Studebaker at the moment is labouring as they reach the 200. Nordic Flight still in front from Domingos, about a length in it. Then the net followed by Scottish Pride starting to get home late. Nordic Flight weakening. Domingos is coming at it. Nordic Flight still in front, and she does it again. Nordic Flight beat Domingos and Scottish Pride from Studebaker in a photo with the net. Then the player Miss Goldie Horn, special orders, followed by Beaver Lock Aim and Absolute Stormcat Academy. Nordic Flight. Nordic Flight. They've found the key to her. She didn't get away with a big lead today, but by golly, she showed plenty of intestinal fortitude when it was called upon. And the carry of the Crown Mare has carried the day. Jimmy Cassidy for David Lee, and Nordic Flight waiting for the numbers to come up. Domingos, Scottish Pride are the two involved for second and third there. Nordic Flight having her 19th start for her 4th win. And she has clocked 1 minute 16.32. And that's just outside the class record. And the sectional run was 35.19. And here are the numbers. And that was the superfectas on the last today. Chops and changes these days, so we have to make a bird of it. 11, 4, 2 and 9 are the officials here. Nordic Flight, Jimmy Cassidy first. Number 4, Domingos second. Huey Bowman. A Danehill gelding Domingos. Gerald Ryan had his good run, but it's not quite strong enough. And number 2, Scottish Pride, a 7-year-old by Bellotto. Max Lee's Rob Thompson. 9 ran 4th. Studebaker doing his best work over the concluding stages.
Greg Miles aboard one here. He's on Greg Childs aboard Pinstripe, and Pinstripe is at $6.80. One that Alf was keen on. Nick Ryan has an interesting chance in this event. He's aboard Storm Attack.
Nick, Storm Attack, back in distance. Is that a plus or a minus?
Yeah, he's coming back to the 1500 here today.
We're out of the money, and he's 5 starts here at Moonee Valley. Chairman's Choice alongside him. There's Roxar completing it now. Set to go. Racing. Legend of Ace jumping okay on the inside. I Rock My World away quickly. Spring Warrior began fast in the early stages. Dandy Kid is going across too from an outside stall. In the run to the first turn, now he's going very fast. It's a good battle for the lead where You Little Beaut had it to Dandy Kid, Spring Warrior. Legend of Ace eased back 4th the inside. Almost a length to Lord Aaron out 3 deep at the moment as they enter the back straight for My Rock My World, Chairman's Choice. Pinstripe outside him. Half a length away to Roxar going forward about 5 wide. Then Storm Attack, and they're followed by towards the end of the field is Peace Ruler, and back last of all Soldado. Dandy Kid led going around the turn at the 800. He's 2 lengths in front of You Little Butte. Legend of Ace on the inside, and Roxar wider out about 2 lengths further back in the field. Spring Warrior. Pinstripe is next from My Rock My World, Chairman's Choice, and they're trailed by Lord Aaron. A length to Peace Ruler. Storm Attack second last near the inside, and 4 to Soldado. At the 600, Dandy Kid leading by about a neck to You Little Butte. Moving up Roxar on the outside. Legend of Ace over on the rails. Hard ridden now by Oliver. Peace Ruler starting a run around them, followed by Spring Warrior, Pinstripe, and then I Rock My World getting runs through, and next is Lord Aaron and Chairman's Choice. At the corner, Dandy Kid, You Little Butte, Roxar on the outside. I Rock My World coming through along the inside. Pinstripe working home fairly, and then Peace Ruler. Roxar the leader in the straight now from My Rock My World, Dandy Kid, You Little Butte, Pinstripe. Roxar is clear though. He's out by 2. Pinstripe runs to second, but it's Roxar. Roxar winning well from Pinstripe. Terrific photo third. Spring Warrior there with Dandy Kid. Close up is You Little Butte and I Rock My World. Lord Aaron right behind these. Trailed then by Storm Attack, who never came into it. Chairman's Choice, Soldado, Peace Ruler, and Legend of Ace dropped out and finished last. Roxar is the winner. Ridden by Chris Simons, about $19.70. He's won it in the time of 1:34.7. 1 Roxar first. Number 7 has run second, Pinstripe. And it's a photo finish for third. It's a terrific photo finish there. There's 2 or 3 of them figuring prominently. We'll leave that one to the judge to sort out. 1, 7 and a photo in 1:34.7. Having the claim here this afternoon for Chris Simons, who's been riding well. He came off a 42-day break. He ran round in that listed Winter Championship final last time out. 2 runs ago, he was here at Moonee Valley. He beat the horse who ran favourite, Legend of Ace, and actually met him better at the weights. But first start for a little while. That was always going to be the query, but he's relished the ground. He, in fact, made a long run right around them and kept on going. 1 Roxar first, 7 Pinstripe second. Third placing goes to 3 Dandy Kid. He's just held the placing. Judge semaphoring 1, 7 and 3 official then. 1
Basically, second pick on track is Networks, and there's been significant support for him. So 1 and 10 are the best tried. Third pick is number 4 Catechism, and there's just been a touch of money. Set to go now, the last of 8. Good day of racing. Red Trinket moving around. Steadies, they're off. He jumped reasonably well, Red Trinket. Actually, Thirio and Catechism out well. Red Trinket holding the rails third. Chinoy's 4, then Mrs. Tendulkar, followed closely by Networks improving, and then Quadri. Bondi Iceberg a couple times Signal, and then Our Mojo, followed by Hollow. And Absolute is Viva La Vie. They travel 350 metres, and Brown takes Catechism to the lead clearly. More than a length now on Thirio. Third is Red Trinket. Chinoy's running 4th. And Networks wide out, just being shaded on the fence by Mrs. Tendulkar, and between horses Quadri. Bondi Iceberg is next, followed by Time Signal. Hollow's out pretty wide as they go down the back. Our Mojo and Viva La Vie are the joint tail enders. They head to the 1200 marker, and Catechism lopes along. Leads Thirio by a length and a half. The favourite third is Red Trinket, another length away. 2 Chinoy, a similar margin, then coming Mrs. Tendulkar, followed by Quadri. After a length and a half, then to Bondi Iceberg, Time Signal, Networks. No luck as they go past the halfway, followed by Our Mojo, Hollow and Viva La Vie. Well, there's still no change in the order as they head to the side of the Rosehill track and link up with the 800, and Catechism rated well by 3/4 to a length. Thirio. Red Trinket tags them 2 away. A length and a half Chinoy, followed by Quadri, making a little headway from Mrs. Tendulkar. Then Networks from Time Signal, Bondi Iceberg, Hollow, Viva La Vie, and Our Mojo brings up the rear. In this order they gallop to the turn, and it's Catechism, the leader from almost the start, about 3/4 of a length on Thirio, serving it up to Catechism, and Red Trinket pulls around them now from Mrs. Tendulkar, and Old Quadri still running a race, and 2 to Networks. They come to the 300. Catechism from Thirio. Red Trinket is battling on under his 60.5 and Mrs. Tendulkar. She's coming into the fray too. Thurio got to the front. Mrs. Tendulkar and Red Trinket still fighting on. It's Thurio just the leader. 20 to go. Thurio wins it from Red Trinket and Mrs. Tendulkar from Catechism Quadri. Another grand run by the old bloke. Further back was Chinoy, Networks, and then came Hollow, Time Signal, Viva La Vie at our Mojo, and Bondi Iceberg was last. Well, Thurio's won the last. Number 12, Thurio, written by Jimmy Cassidy. It's completed a happy day for Jimbo. He's won the last two, and he'd be a pin-up pal of the bagman, because Nordic Flight was $18.50 and Thurio about $21. Anyway, they were good rides. Nick Moratis racing Thurio, trained by Tim Martin here on the track. And obviously the 3 runs that he had back from a hellishly long spell prior to today have improved him condition-wise, and he's taken it out. Here are the numbers. It's a superfecta. The numbers we have at the moment are 12, 1, 5 and 4. Thurio first, written by Jim Cassidy. Number 1, Red Trinket, did a darn good job under his weight, and second run from a lengthy spell by Lure. Trained by Gay, written by Chris Munson. Third going to number 5, and that was Mrs. Tendulkar, who fleetingly looked the winner about 100 to go. Alaskan Star Mare, Guy Walter Glen Boss, 4 and 4th, and the 5th and 6th to follow for the superfecta. The time was 1 minute 57.60. 34.80 sectional. Corey was able to rate to a nicety on Catechism, but the horse found wanting.
Written by, Jubilant Spirit is starting to get out to a similar price to the Toad at the moment. As I go through a few others, written by a Queen's probably been, well, it's just come in again. It's probably been the best back runner and represents value on the Toad at the moment.
Spirit again began a little awkwardly, but not too bad today. One of the first out, Self-Interest, Fracas, written by Queen, shows some pace. Callandoon easing back after jumping okay. Jubilant Spirits on the improve towards the front runners. Menang settles down last of all at the 1200. Self-Interest 1 away from the rail, the leader. Jubilant Spirit goes up and joins her now. Fracas 2 lengths away on the inside and written by Queen. Handy 4th the outside. 1.5 further back is edging out, going up deep into 5th placing. They're followed by All Stealth on the outside of Frangelica. 2 lengths away in the field is Monda Special on the inside of Callandoon. Menanga's 3 wide, and Be My Person about 2 lengths away. In the run to the turn at the 800, Jubilant Spirit poured the pressure on and drew a half length in front. Self-Interest is second, edging out, getting a nice trail. A length away third, 3.5 behind them. Fracas inside, written by Queen. Then All Stealth, Menang to the outside, followed by Frangelica. Behind these is Callandoon. She's third from last, trailed by Monda Special, and last as Be My Person. Jubilant Spirit inside the 600 had the lead from Self-Interest, and edging out as third. Menanga's working home. She's got up to 4th on the outside, and then written by Queen. Fracas is struggling, the rest are headed by Callandoon. Frangelica's last as they come to the corner. Self-Interest is coming again. Jubilant Spirit had the lead to her narrowly. In third placing, edging out's under a lot of pressure. Menang wide out, and then written by Queen and Callandoon. Jubilant Spirit over on the inside, and Self-Interest the leaders from Menang, who's still coming down the outside, and written by Queen. Jubilant Spirit, Menang, here comes Callandoon. Menang hit the front from written by Queen, who drives at her. They hit the line together. Menang all written by Queen, a photo finish. Monda Special lifting late to grab third between them. Jubilant Spirit weakened after a hard run, then Callandoon, and they were followed closely by edging out Self-Interest, All Stealth, Frangelica, Be My Person and Fracas last in. Photo finish between Menang and written by Queen in the last on the program. Menang being on the outside probably has an advantage, and she does get it. Number 1. Number 1, Menang is the winner, written by Damien Oliver. Trained by Lee Friedman, takes out the last on the card. Second placing to 6, written by Queen, Nicholas Ryan. And third, 9.